Very good evening to you and welcome to the Global News and Atlantic Television Network. Well, to begin, let's take a look at the headlines. Police arrest street solar lights vandals in Port Harcourt. Police charge suspended monarch to court in Ogun State. Tinubu gives military marching orders to end insecurity. NLC suspends protest over telecom tariff hike. Israel Prime Minister to meet Trump over Gaza truce talks. Middlesbrough coach excited with Iheanacho capture. Actress Tonto Dike speaks on professional endeavors. And now the news in details. Trans-Amadi Division of the River State Police Command has arrested 2 suspects caught vandalizing and attempting to steal NDDC street solar lights along Danjuma Drive off Trans-Amadi Road in Port Harcourt. The suspects, Shaibu Yusuf, an indigene of Bolari Town in Gombe local government area of Gombe State, and Ibrahim Abubakar, an indigene of Katsina local government area of Katsina State, but are all residents of Okurama Scrap Dump in Abloma community, Port Harcourt. A statement by the police public relations officer Grace Iringe Koko said items recovered from the suspects include solar lights poles, solar lights panels, solar lights panel bolts, solar lights panel nuts, and knife. The arrested suspects confessed to being part of a syndicate responsible for vandalizing and stealing street solar lights and manhole covers in the area. The suspects have been charged to court and efforts are ongoing to apprehend other members of the syndicates to face justice accordingly, while the command said the arrest is part of a larger effort to tackle vandalism and theft of street solar lights and manhole covers in the state. Delta State Governor Sheriff Oberevwori has probed the former Deputy Senate President, Senator Ovie Omoagege, over his criticism of the governor's reception of the This Day Governor of the Year award. Omoagege, during a visit to Kwale in Delta State, accused Oberevwori of mortgaging the state's resources for personal recognition. However, the governor, speaking through the state's Commissioner for Works, Rural Roads and Public Information, Charles Aniagu, defended the award, stating that it was given in recognition of his fiscal discipline and innovative governance. Aniagu argued that Oberevwori truly deserved the award for his administration's numerous completed and ongoing projects, all without borrowing, and urged Omoagege to set aside political rivalry and acknowledge the progress being made in Delta State. He also called on Omoagege to focus on the development of Delta State rather than political attacks. Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 6 Calabar, AIJ Mustafa Mohammed Bala, says the Nigerian police force will be resolute in its constitutional role of fighting crime in the country. Speaking when he paid a courtesy visit to the Governor Basi Otu of Cross River State, Bala said during his tenure he would remain determined and resolute in his mandate to combat violent crimes and criminality and enjoined the people of the state to cooperate with the police by providing credible, verified, and actionable intelligence. A statement signed by ASP Edim Obasi, Zone 6 Command PRO, the AIG commended Governor Otsu for the executive will he has demonstrated in supporting the police to curtail crime, adding that the resurgence of crime in parts of the state has been halted since the renewed determination by the police to right the state of criminal activities. Governor Otu welcomed Bala to the state, assuring the police boss of his continued support for the police and other security agencies to maintain the serenity the state is known for. Abia State government says over 17,000 applicants applied for the recently advertised teaching positions in primary and secondary schools across the state, with a target of 120 billion naira in internally generated revenue for the year. The Commissioner for Information, OK Kanu, who disclosed these while briefing journalists on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting chaired by Governor Alex Oti, said the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education provided details of the online recruitment portals for teachers, adding that responsible governments at all levels prioritize revenue generation to sustain developmental projects, and Abia is no exception. Kanu also highlighted the completion of 14 major surgeries, some of which were highly complex, and treated over 915 patients with various medical conditions. In the area of infrastructure, he disclosed that the Ministry of Poverty Alleviation and Social Protection had awarded contracts for rural road maintenance in several local government areas, including Isuikwato, Isialangwa North and South, Obingwa, Ikuano, Ukwa East, and Ugunabo. Contractors are expected to be mobilized soon for work on 59 kilometers of Abia State Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project. The Commissioner further announced that the government is implementing various reform initiatives to enhance service delivery through developmental programs, as well as a retreat for government appointees as being organized to reassess strategies and aligned with the administration's vision. Is Inyang Ekwo in a judgment ordered INEC to pay the sum of 1.12 billion naira with 10% interest per annum from the date of judgment until the final or full payment is matter of condolence to the late Madu's family. Okwe, Awomama community in Oru East local government area of Imo State, while the amended right of summons listed INEC, its chairman, the INEC commissioner in Abuja, and an INEC escort driver, Hassan Abdul, as the first to fourth defendants, respectively. In a statement of claim, Augustine described his deceased brother, Mike Madu, as a successful businessman born on June. While Ogun State Police Command has arraigned the suspended Olorile of Orile Ifo, Semiu Adewale Ogunjobi, for assaulting a 73-year-old chief, Abraham Ariola. Ogunjobi was arraigned on 3 counts bordering on conspiracy, assault, and conduct likely to cause breach of peace. The Nigerian Police Force spokesman, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, who confirmed these in a statement on Tuesday to cause breach of peace, and vowed that justice will be served on the matter. He also said the police will continue to uphold the rule of law and the core values of the noble profession. Ogun State High Court, sitting in Kobakwe, Abeokuta, the state capital, has sentenced Lekan Adekambi a mistake on combustible material, igniting the flames. The director of the Kwara State Fire Service, Prince Faladay John, commended the firefighters for their swift and tactical response and urged the public to prioritize fire safety and advised parents to keep matches away from children, emphasizing that a single matchstick could destroy an entire building, adding that the State Fire Service remains steadfast in its commitment to protecting lives and property through professionalism. Confirmed that the election timetable is now available on INEC's website.
I would like to urge civil society organizations to be as interested in party primaries as you are actively engaged in the monitoring of the secondary election conducted by INEC. After all, only the candidates nominated by the political parties are placed on the ballot for citizens to vote for on election day. From your monitoring reports as accredited election observers, you have consistently expressed concern over vote buying at polling units during elections. Some of you have made actionable recommendations on how to curtail the menace, which have been favorably considered by the Commission. It is time to cast
electoral reforms. Ezenwa Nwagu assured the Commission of the total support of the CSOs in bringing sanity in the electoral process.
The challenge that you have thrown to us is a challenge that we will have to approach from a multi-stakeholder perspective. The menace of vote buying, at the general elections, to, if possible, ensure that the level of preparedness that was put into organizing the Ondo election, that will up the ante for Anambra.
1,000 Basa indigents by the Igbura ethnic group in the total local government area of Nasarawa State. The natives are set to return to their ancestral homes and heads of security agencies. His kinsmen had been displaced since April 22, 2018, when a communal clash ensued with the Igburas, and commended Ahmed Yahaya to oversee the safe return of the displaced Basa people to their ancestral lands, adding that for the return is coming from Lagos, Ibadan, Kaduna and local Jaji Area Council Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Returnees from the Benue, Plateau and Lafia axis will meet at Gunki village of ashes, resulting in the deaths of 4 individuals. Well, you're watching the global news on Atlantic Television. After this break, do stay with us.
From lines across the ocean bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories, and stay focused on the fact today.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics, nobody in politics today.
Many thanks for staying with us. You're watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. And now to the rest of our stories. President Bola Tinubu has issued marching orders to the military to end banditry and general insecurity by the end of 2025. Minister of Defense Abubakar Badaru, in a viral video, said the military will continue its onslaught against bandits and all forms of criminality, coming after the bill sponsored by the lawmaker representing Adamawa South Senatorial District, Bino Siaro, in 2024, and transmitted to the president for assent In the letter, Tinubu raised concerns over Section 22 of the bill, which grants the authority to dispose of land belonging to the federal institution especially federal-owned universities. At a stakeholders forum last week in the Mayo Belwa local government area of Adamawa State, Yaro stated that Tinubu did not reject the bill, noting that he only meanwhile the House adjourned plenary till Wednesday, February 5th, 2025, in honor of the late Deputy Whip Adewumi Onanuga, who died on January 15th. Federal government says it spends 200 billion naira to subsidize electricity monthly, and the amount benefits the wealthiest 25% of Nigerians rather than those who truly need assistance. The special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on energy, Olu Vehijin, who disclosed these in a statement, said the electricity tariff would soon be jacked up by 2/3 in order to strengthen the power sector, adding that it has become necessary to clarify media reports suggesting an imminent 65% increase in electricity tariffs. Verhijin also said while the government is indeed committed to ensuring fairer pricing over the long term, the immediate focus is on taking decisive action to deliver more electricity to Nigerians, ensure fewer outages, and guarantee the protection of the poorest and most vulnerable Nigerians, stressing that the federal government's power sector priorities include working towards address the problem through the presidential metering initiative and through a range of fiscal incentives, including value-added tax and customs duty waivers, adding that the federal government gas. Well, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has reshuffled some standing committees and appointed new chairman. Akpabio commended them for their role in assuring a vice and deputy chairman to oversee the commissions. Akpabio said Senator Babangida Hussaini and Senator Muntari Danduse will serve as chairman and deputy chairman of the Senate Committee on the Northwest Development Commission, while Senator Oji Uzokalu and Senator Kenneth Eze have been appointed as chairman and deputy chairman of the Senate Committee on the Southeast Development Commission, while Senator Titu Zam and Senator Issa Jibrin will head the Senate Committee on the North Central Development Commission. Abdul Ningi has moved from the Population Committee to chair the Senate Committee on FERMA, while Natasha Akpoti Udwaga, formerly in charge of the Local Content Committee, now leads the Committee on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organizations as well as others. The Senate extended condolences to the Speaker of the House of Representatives over the passing of former Deputy Majority Whip Oriyomi Onanuga. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has expressed serious concerns over the unethical practice of transferring ongoing cases without authorization, and the transparency, professionalism and accountability must remain the guiding principles of policing, and has directed all supervising officers and personnel, particularly those in investigative units, to handle cases to await any officer found engaging in indiscriminate transfer of case files or abusing their office, and also address concerns over the misuse of police authority, particularly in cases requiring review, appeal or special intervention, and also stress the importance of avoiding framing civil disputes as criminal matters to manipulate police intervention. Federal High Court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos has ordered the interim forfeiture of digital wallet assets. This was disclosed